Welcome to Round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of June 29th. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give into our obsessing, and today we're obsessing about what we do for our kids when they are stressed. Mm-hmm. So how do you support them, and is it different for each kid? Nicole, what's your experience?
Yeah, well, I think I support them. I'm not sure what they would say. I try my best, but yeah, my kids are two very different people when it comes to how they manage their stress. And I have one who just closes up and is a quiet stressor. And I have the other one who lets everybody know in every form possible that they're stressed. And so, yes, I definitely have to take two different approaches. Like with the first one, there's a lot of trying to elicit conversation and offer solutions, and which sometimes are acknowledged and sometimes aren't. But there's a lot of very low-key kind of sitting down on the couch, talking things through and making plans and coming up with different ways to figure it out. And then the other one, there's a lot of slamming doors. On not my part, of course, but so that requires a whole other kind of, there's a lot of sitting in their room and not a lot of conversation because, of course, you can't really have productive conversation at the height of emotion.
No.
So there's definitely just a lot of more soothing kind of techniques,
Right.
It's like kind of calming. And so, and then, of course, the conversation happens after. But, there's definitely two very different reactions to stress, that's for sure. And so, so I have to say a lot of calming and distraction does not work with either of them. So I can't distract them with anything. Mm-hmm. And I certainly can't, buy them an ice cream and be done with it.
It's hard.
They're both very, they don't let go easily, right? Like it takes time for them to move on. So which is interesting because, I think they both have a lot of me in them. Having hard. So, although I must say I'm more of a quiet stressor, but it's interesting to see. So, so I feel like I can connect more with the one that stresses like I do. Mm-hmm, the other one, I tend to rely on my husband more to support because they're more similar in that sense.
Right.
But, distraction doesn't work. Deep breathing doesn't work. Those things that you read in magazine articles does not work. So how about you guys? Do you have easy solutions for when your kids are stressed?
Oh, goodness, no. My solution has always been to, talk it out, which generally just eventually they'll say, I'm fine, that's okay, go away. Because that doesn't work for them. They're both language impaired kids. So a language approach, Terry, not the smartest thing. I, on the other hand, that's all I got. That's my bag of tricks. It pretty much ends there. So, I don't know if it's having kids with disabilities that make them, approach things differently than I do, or adopted kids or what, but they don't necessarily respond to the things that would work for me. And that's really hard to know what to do when you don't have that match.
Right.
And really hard. And I mean, a lot of the times with my kids, I feel like the things that were stressing them out were things I was requiring them to do. So it's like, I am a carrier. Why do I think I can swoop in and make this go away? The thing that would make it go away is say, okay, never mind. You don't have to do that thing.
Right.
You know, go back to your self-contained class, honey. That was much less stressful. And don't do these hard things I'm trying to get you to do. And, to my son, you don't have to learn how to do any of these really difficult skills. Just, keep playing with keys over in the corner. So, it's hard now when they're adults. I think my daughter has developed strategies for herself. She's been really good with that. She has like a playlist of music that when she feels stressed, she plays it and it helps her. And, I think a certain amount of retail therapy helps her. But, I'm often criticizing things she's buying, but I think that's a stress release for her. And God bless, that's wonderful. If you find the things that work for you, you go for it. If it's going out and getting drunk and driving home, that's not okay. But, buying yourself something on Amazon or iTunes, cool. So she seems to have found some ways to deal with it. My son has tells for stress, and I still see them, but he will not let me do anything about it. So if he starts behaving in a certain way, there's a certain brittleness to his behavior. I know what that means. And I tell him, I know what that means. I know you're stressed. No, I'm fine. Yeah. It's like, I've been watching you since you were 18 months old. I know what that means. So then, of course, I'm yelling at him. You are so stressed. Tell me about your stress. Why are you stressed? So that helps a lot. It raises my stress, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no good answers for this. One kid has just said, "That's okay, Mom. I'm on the job. Just leave me alone." And the other one just doesn't want to engage on the subject at all.
Right.
So no stress here. We're good. It's fine.
Yeah, I think both of mine. They think they want to be alone with their stress. But they don't really.
That's funny.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of that way, actually.
They want to retreat and they think that's going to work, but I don't think it does.
Do you try and follow them when they retreat? Like, do you let them?
I mean, I try to give a little space at first. But I feel like I can't let it just fester.
Right.
Eventually we're going to talk about this.
Yes.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think one responds more to like just quality time without necessarily talking about it, like just doing something together, even if it's just like watching a TV show or whatever. And the other one needs like just sort of side by side, like, let's talk about it. So
right.
Eventually, when they're ready.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's...
Waiting for that moment is difficult.
Right. It's a delicate balance, for sure.
Especially if you're like, we talked about work-life balance, and it's like, I have all this work to do. Can we just take care of you right now? Can we just get this done? Right. And then I can go back to what I'm doing.
Can we just check
Or is this going to hang
off?
over my head all day? This guilty feeling that I should be helping you.
I'd like to just remove this from my to-do list. So let's go.
Exactly, yes. I want to check this off.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Yeah. And do you handle stress that way then? Are your kids modeling after you? Or
Yeah, that's the hard part of this, is that we should be modeling good stress management, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they see me taking walks for sure every day. I don't know if they get the importance of that for sanity reasons. Right. I mean, my daughter is someone who exercises, so I think that helps her.
It's funny, like a walk would never work for me. It would make me more stressed.
Right.
I would just...
An angry walk works for me sometimes.
Right.
Huh.
So
For me, it's like the escape piece of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
yes, you slam the door on the way out.
But then don't you get stressed about what you come back to? Like nothing's changed?
Yeah, sometimes, but it just, at least you took like a little vacation from it for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I generally just let the stress build up to a point where I then shout and have a tantrum and go into my room and slam the door and hit the wall and hurt my hand and lay down on the bed. And it's like, I want everybody to leave me alone for a small amount of time. And then I want them to creep in and comfort me with apologies and, kind words.
Right.
That does not happen. I somehow have failed to they just leave me alone, and it's like,
Right.
okay, I'm done with the alone part. I want the kissing up to me part now. Hello?
Anyone? Hello?
So we generally just skip right to the part where I go out and apologize to everybody, and we move on like nothing ever happened. It's very unsatisfying. It worked for my mom. My mom got the kissing up and the apologies. My dad and I were trained. I have failed to.
To
implement the same
training.
I have to say I'm a little similar in that regard. I flounce off and throw myself on the bed and
Yes.
cry just loud enough for them to hear me.
Yes.
But then, very rarely. If anybody comes in to check on me, it would be my son. My daughter and my husband are just like, whatever.
And now he's moving out.
Yes. He'll have to call you from Las Vegas and comfort you.
My daughter and my husband, it's not, comforting others is not their strong suit. So.
This is so unjust. And yet, you try to comfort them, do you not?
Of course, yeah, I do. But they're the ones that don't want it. They're the ones that are just like, that doesn't work for them.
How about
they're
the cats?
ones that
Do the cats come and snuggle with you?
Oh yeah, I mean the instant the cats are nearby. Well, for them, not for me. But the instant the cats are nearby for them, they settle
that's
down.
good.
But
Does the dog at least come in your room and jump on the bed and say, "Hey, Mom, you okay? You okay? You okay?"
The dog does, not the cats. The cats stay away. They stay away from the drama.
Gotta have one critter that that gets it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
So,
I do try sometimes to, if a child is stressed, I try to send a dog their way. So.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. I think the dog did
it?
help my kids with their stress a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe not enough for us to get another dog, but still.
Yeah. No,
was
the
a
cats
thing.
are definitely, they definitely work for both of my kids, so. And the dog, she's just too annoying. She just gets in their face because she wants to love them too much, so.
Right.
She's like, I'm here. What do you want?
I feel like that
Let me help.
I am often dog-like in my attempts to alleviate stress. They sort of metaphorically want to take a toy and throw it, so I run after it and they can close their door.
Right. Well, listeners, if you have any tried and true solutions for calming your stressed out kids, please let us know. Because I feel like I could use the help. I don't really seem to do a good job of that. That's not my strong suit. Well, that's it for today's Round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we will share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.